Listen, y'all, may not have gotten that Blue album, but this fucking album right here, it just got even fucking better. Oh my god. Y'all, I thought I was done, but Abel just came in and said, no, bitch, you gotta do 3 more tracks. And so here we fucking are. The deluxe version has just been updated with 3 bonus tracks called Nothing Compares. The first one. Second one's called Missed You. And the third one's called Final Lullaby. So if y'all have not been following The Weeknd on Instagram, for the past week, he's gone live on Instagram, I believe 2 times randomly, and just started playing on his little laptop and them speakers, whatever the fuck he was using, and just started playing some new songs, and was like, yeah, these aren't finished, but, you know, let's just play them. Just no explanation besides the fact, and I believe in his first one, he just said, I'm bored, because, you know, the quarantine's been happening. After that, first Instagram live stream, and then the second one, which I watched both of them live, but the second one, I watched the whole thing live, because I got a notification for it. The first one, I didn't get a notification for, which was weird. But I just started watching that, man, and I was like, something's coming soon. Because this is not like The Weeknd. He would not just go on Instagram live, and especially in the second one, literally, like, not say anything. All he did in the second one was play these snippets of these new tracks and just, like, looked at, like, the comments. And I'm like, okay, something's definitely up. And then, of course, he released the promos with him wearing this black suit, no longer the red suit, which I'm assuming is because, you know, there's been a really good theory out there that he went to hell in, you know, the context of music videos now because, of course, he got decapitated in the In Your Eyes music video. Oh, man, now listen, let me say something about these snippets that I've heard. I think a lot of them are really good, but the one, and this is just coincidentally, but the one that he's been playing in these promos is that song. I believe he did play that on the second live stream he did just a few days ago. And oh man, that song, I don't even know which one it is, because people have been able to figure out like which ones are which by like Shazamming them. But I've not looked at which one is which, but that one in those promos, that one is really fucking good, especially. And so I'm really happy, and it's really cool that Abel did this. So let's just get right on into the first bonus track, which is Nothing Compares. For some reason, the bass here reminds me of the beginning of the Technologic music video by Daft Punk. I don't know why, it just reminds me of it. This is it. Yeah. Woo! Yeah, this one from the Instagram live, dude. It's good. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that I wish would have been on like the legit like original album. That oh dude, that song is so fucking great, and hearing the high quality version is just like even better. I'll just read the lyrics now because they're already on Genius. So, I've been trying hard to find the words to say. If we try it again, we make the same mistakes. Sophisticated, I'll never make it without my baby. Uh-oh. So I fill the void. I know you do the same. Uh-oh. Nothing compares to the emptiness we both share, and nothing cares like you do. You asked for my heart, but I didn't know where to start. But they don't think of you like I do. Oh my god. This should have been on the original album. Honestly. I love the original album a lot, but this song is just like, it's so just like, not so much like zoned out. Like I could say songs like Alone Again kind of feel like, but like, oh, the way that like the synths come in on there, and then like I feel like there's like a guitar in there, and oh my god, those drums that like, oh, that like this is just so good. And again, you know, he's talking about how, again, like something that I've always talked about, but a core theme of the Weeknd's music is like emptiness and how he fills in and fills his own ego with it. And of course, you know, he's been doing that before, like when you go back to the trilogy days, you know, with drugs and, you know, alcohol and, you know, partying or whatever that, you know, kind of like filled that like void of sadness that he has. And now he has it in a, you know, in a more mature way, you know, with this person that, you know, he wants and desires. And of course, like a big theme on the original album was him talking about, especially, you know, when you got to songs like Faith and Heartless, you know, he really talked about how, you know, now he was going back to his old ways and trying to fill that void again, because it's kind of connecting to House of Balloons in a way. But the whole trilogy really, but I'm just gonna focus on House of Balloons for a second here, because a really important thing on House of Balloons to remember when you're looking at the story of that mixtape is how the whole mixtape is really about how Abel is, you know, really sad, and he's trying to mask it for all these, you know, ways of, you know, like I said, you know, the partying or whatever. And, you know, now he's doing it again because, you know, he doesn't want to, like, recognize and look straight into the pain that's causing him to go to these ways. Because that's what's really complex about it. And what was so complex about the trilogy and what made it so amazing was that he was trying to hide the pain and mask the pain, but at the same time, he wanted to acknowledge it and fix it. But he couldn't because of the fact that it was becoming worse because of the way that he was trying to hide it. And, you know, he's saying here again, you know, if we tried again, we'd make the same mistakes. And that's something that is talked about on the After Hours album also. So that's why I wish, I mean, it's a bonus track, and obviously we have it, and I'm happy, but man, I kind of wish it was on the actual, like, album, you know, like the regular version, because it would have fit so well. I mean, I'm obviously happy we got this, obviously, because it's a fantastic track, but man, I really wish this was on the original version. I try my best not to get high again, but I've been stuck inside this place for days on end. We feel that right now, Abel. And of course, the pre-chorus, intoxicated, I'll never make it without my baby, uh-oh. So I filled the void just like I'd do back then. Like everything I just said before that, it literally is basically summed up in that line there. Like, this is a great song. Nothing compares to the emptiness we both share. Nobody cares like you do. You asked for my heart, but I didn't know where to start. But they don't think of you like I do. And I love this so much because the character arc of Abel here is so good, because on the trilogy, whenever he would be someone that didn't treat him, you know, with the respect that he really secretly wanted or really cared about him in a way, because, you know, on the knowing, you know, it's like, oh, okay, you know, I know you cheated on me, but it's okay, you know, I'm not gonna hide my scars for you. You know what I mean? Like, talking about how, like, you know, I also did the same thing, so I was kind of trying to be like, kind of like a compromise way, but at the same time, it's hurting him because, like, he doesn't want this to be this way, but at the same time, he doesn't know how to, like, acknowledge that. It's, like, a really, like, complex thing. I've seen darker days trying to keep my faith. I sin too much to pray for you. Even when it's great, I still walk away. I couldn't even change for you. If you're the air I need, I'm dying just to breathe. I hope that you're not dying too. Trying to keep my faith, I sin too much to pray for you. And then the chorus again, just... this song has so many ideas. And this is one of the best examples of how Abel goes through the story and the narrative of the After Hours album. And, just like kind of like the experience and the vibe of it. This is one of the best examples. And I'll just say it again. I'm happy to have it as a bonus track, but this would have been easily one of my favorite songs if it was on the original album. So, an amazing bonus track. All right, we got the next one, which is Missed You. Let's see how this one sounds. Oh yeah, this was an Instagram live, yeah. I recognize it. Oh yeah, I know this. Yeah, this one reminded me a lot of My Dear Macaulay.
But I can't hold you responsible for the things I do.
Yeah.
I said your name by mistake, played it off like I'm just confused. But I was fronting, lying to myself, but I know the truth.
Oh.
Was I miss you?
Oh.
Yes, it's true. I should have known not to let you go, let you go.
Oh.
Cause I miss you, baby boo. I could have known if I held you close, held you close. I hurt myself 100 times just to feel something in my soul.
Oh.
I can't knock it even though I knew what's behind that door.
Oh, these bonus tracks are amazing.
Then I held you close, held you close.
Man.
I miss you, yes, it's true. Should've known not to let you go, let you
Oh. I really like this one when I heard it on Instagram Live, but like hearing the high quality version, man. Damn. Just like I said, but nothing compares. This one just goes into even greater detail about what I already said was so great about that bonus track in the After Hours album. He talks about how he was trying to mask his pain by going back to his old ways. And then we think about on Trilogy, and then he connected to how he processed his pain and grief on there to this and how it kind of relates to that complexity. Just, I really, really love the fucking lyrics in this era, man. It's really fucking heartbreaking, but man, it's like, this really might just be Abel at his best lyrically, and that's saying something, because on the Trilogy and in Kissland, and of course I said this, Be Behind the Madness, I thought for a while was his best lyrically. I know it's a hot take, but I stuck by that. But now, man, I don't even know, man, because he's really, really going in on himself, and it's just it's so sad, but again, it's so nuanced and just so fully realized and developed, and it's just so amazing. Let's talk about the lyrics on this one. Again, convinced myself to run around with someone else to forget about you, but I can't hold you responsible for the things I do. I said your name by mistake, played it off like I'm just confused, but I was front in line to myself when I know the truth. Was I missed you? Yes, it's true. I should know not to let you go, because I missed you, baby boo. We could have grown if I held you close, just like trying again, going into how, he's trying to fill the void of losing something that gave him so much comfort and love and just, balance in his life. And now again, he's trying to fill it by doing things to balance it again, but now it's just unbalancing it even more. It's so just sad, man. And when he says here, I hurt myself 100 times just to feel something in my soul, like I had a reaction to that, because because that's like the biggest thing I've always took out of the Trilogy, because that's that's like the main point of Trilogy, in my opinion, is showing that idea and how like complex of an idea that is to explore. And I think Trilogy did fucking perfectly. So just like, again, to hear him mature and get to these points where now he's realizing why his, again, like, he always knew, but now in a more, I guess, mature and nuanced way, exploring his past again, but now connecting it to the modern day and connecting to how, he went back to, the ways that were, I guess, like, I don't want to say like easy. I don't really know how to phrase that point, but it's just like, it's so good. I kept knocking even though I knew what's behind that door. But then I heard you call my name and it sounded like the sweetest song. You never moved on, you're waiting for me all along. Well, I missed you, yes, it's true. Shouldn't have known not to let you go, let you go. Well, I missed you, baby. We could have grown if I held you close. Held you close. Oh, I missed you. Yes, it's true. Should have known not to let you go, let you go. I missed you. Okay. Just repeats, just like, oh, it's incredible. The beat on that is so good. And oh man, just Abel's vocals on, he just sounds so like sad, and it's just like, oh man, like that was a great song. All right, and now it's time for the last bonus track, which is Final Lullaby. Let's just get right on into it, y'all. I'm very excited to hear how this one is. Oh yeah, this one was on Instagram Live it too, yeah. This synth here reminds me a little bit of a Clockwork Orange, and I don't know why. I think that's a good thing, but it just does.
Running out of time, and you're always be on my mind, and I can't make you stay in this broken place, and I hope you find peace. Close your eyes as I put us to sleep. Finally, to sleep. Finally, us to sleep.
Ooh, that bass line. Ooh.
Go to sleep. Finally, I can't make you stay. This
Ooh.
broken place.
I think that's a fuzzed out guitar in the background. Yeah. That sounds dope. The ending reminded me of Privilege and My Dear Melancholy with like that like weird little like sample at the end. These bonus tracks, man. Woo! You know, I've been saying throughout this video that, man, you know, I wish that these bonus tracks were on the album. But in a way, Final Lullaby is a really interesting song because he basically talks about on there how, you know, I'm not going to force you to stay with me inside this broken place. You know, we're going to put ourselves to sleep, you know, for the final time. It's such an interesting bonus track because I feel like with these, that these aren't really just like bonus tracks per se, but that they're continuing the story past Until I Bleed Out. Because Until I Bleed Out ends basically with Abel still in so much sorrow and talking about how, you know, until I bleed out, you know, I'm still gonna remember you. And, you know, I don't want to get, you know, high no more. I don't want to keep doing this to try to mask the pain. And, you know, that ending was already really interesting because he talked about, you know, on there how, listen, like, I'm still so fallen off from losing this piece of me. And now in these bonus tracks, he continues to go into that, but exploring it even more. And then you get Final Lullaby, which is like him in a way saying goodbye to this situation, which is so interesting because to me, it's almost continuing the story of this album. And he tweeted, I saw this in my notifications right before I started playing it, but he says out now tracks 15, 16, and 17, which almost makes it seem like they're just listed as bonus tracks just because, you know, they technically are bonus tracks at this point. But to me, it's almost like, in a way, kind of like a Life of Pablo situation with Kanye West, where he's continuing the album and adding more songs and changing it up past the release of the album almost. It's so interesting because, to me, this is almost like the complete version of it. The original version, when it ends Until I Bleed Out, is fantastic, but I almost don't feel like that's the final version now, because these bonus tracks continue the story even further. But Final Lullaby, Final Lullaby, it's like the final song, you know what I mean? And it feels like an outro. And Until I Bleed Out, I have disagreed with a lot of fans. I think that works really well as an outro. I know it ends abruptly, but I really like that part about it. But this feels like this is the full album now. Yeah, they're bonus tracks, but these are like the last 3 tracks now, almost, to me. And now it's really making me consider, whenever I listen to this, I might listen to the deluxe version. I mean, I don't like the deluxe version artwork, but it's just like, man, like, it's really interesting because the story feels so fleshed out now, almost. Because the ending of the original version, like I said, it almost found Abel kind of almost in the same place that he is at the beginning of the album. But there are some differences, he doesn't want to mask the pain anymore. But it's just like, now he's at a point where he's like, I don't want to bring you into this anymore because it's causing us too much pain. And it's like a very mature ending, because throughout this whole album, he's talking about how, we're both broken and we can help each other. And now in the last track, he's being like, maybe it's best to say goodbye and let's just put ourselves to sleep one last time. It's a really, really emotionally just powerful and just very interesting way to I think, really end this album. Because I think these are now like the last 3 tracks. I think Final Lullaby is technically now maybe the last track almost. It's really interesting to think about it in that way. To read the lyrics, I'm running out of time and you'll always be on my mind, and I can't make you stay in this broken place, and I hope you find peace. Close your eyes as I put us to sleep. Finally to sleep, finally, and I can't make you stay in this broken place, and I hope you find peace. Close your eyes as I put us to sleep. Finally, go to sleep, finally. Oh. It's like he's giving up almost, and it's like he's getting to a point where he's like, it's not worth it anymore because I'm running out of time to do this. And now it's time to move on, as hard as it's going to be for me. And, maybe for the other person also. It's just, man, it's not that I was already sad enough as a closer anyways, but this, it's just like, it's even sadder because it's such a mature ending. And I'm not saying Until I Bleed Out wasn't like a mature ending, but like I'm saying, like, in the sense of like, he's coming to terms with it in a way that he doesn't want to keep harming the other person. He doesn't want this to keep going on. So I'm going to put us to sleep for the last time. And it's like, he's going to move on. And it's a really emotional thing. But yeah, no, I fucking love these bonus tracks. I think they're fucking fantastic. My favorite out of all of them, man, I love Nothing Compares, but Final Lullaby might be my favorite. Because, man, when that bass line kicks in, and I believe there's like a fuzzed out guitar there at the end, it kind of reminded me a little bit of like the guitar towards the end of Tell Your Friends a bit on Be Behind the Madness. It's just such like a somber ass ending. Because like I said, I think this is really like the last version of the album. Like, yeah, they're bonus tracks, but I think that might just be like a marketing thing almost. Like it seems like the story continues, because Until I Bleed Out ends in a way that the story could continue with Nothing Compares and Missed You, and then end with Final Lullaby. Also, just a side note, something that I was just randomly thinking about, and I don't know if I'm looking too much into it, but in the In Your Eyes video, and now connecting it to the other music videos, because I'm assuming there's going to be some music videos for this because there's been so many like promo things for it. Something that's really interesting to think about is how in Your Eyes, he like technically bleeds out because he gets his head decapitated. And now in this, he's technically, Until I Bleed Out in a way. So if you think about it, like now he's bled out, and now he's moving on, I guess you could say. And because, now he has the black suit on, and now we have these 3 new tracks. Like, I don't know if I'm looking too much into it, but that's just an idea that I'm thinking about. And maybe if I'm not looking into it too much, then Abel, you're a genius. I'm going to say this, and this is probably going to be an unpopular opinion, but after this, I hope we don't get more Weeknd songs for at least a little bit. I hope this is it, and then hopefully the tour happens. If it gets postponed, it gets postponed, but obviously if it gets postponed, it will still happen. So once the tour is done, then I want him to go back into his creative mindset, because for now, I'm so satisfied. I mean, I already loved the original album with these 3 bonus tracks. And like I said, I do really like the Chromatics remix of Blinding Lights. And of course, the OPN remix of Save Your Tears. That one I really like, actually, now. And obviously the SNL version of, Scared to Live and stuff. Like, I'm so satisfied as a Weeknd fan. And I know a lot of people want that Blue album or want there to be another album. And, I understand that. We all love Abel. He's one of our favorite artists. But I really think that we should all just try to absorb this album as much as possible and try to understand it and connect it to ourselves personally and how we resonate with this album personally, because that's something that's really important when looking at art. I think for now, this is such a complete idea and complete thought, and he's put so much work into this chapter that I feel like still focusing on a Blue album would just be disrespectful, because this is like a complete idea. And I'm not saying the original version wasn't, but now it's so fleshed out even more than I thought the original, album was. So I love these 3 bonus tracks. So what did y'all think of these 3 bonus tracks? I loved them. I'm very interested to hear your thoughts on them. And yeah, so I believe this is probably it for my reaction videos when it comes to the Weeknd. I want to thank everyone quickly. I'm going to do a separate thank you video on this, but I'm going to wait till after I upload my After Hours review, which hopefully will come out soon. But I want to thank everyone who has watched these reaction videos. I hit 1,000 subscribers the other day, and that was really emotional for me, because I've been doing YouTube videos since 2013. And so it was just really, really crazy. And there's a lot more complex things to my YouTube stuff. So hitting that number and doing it based off of I guess power that my Weeknd reaction videos have had is super just humbling to me and just crazy. And seriously, thank you all so much. That was that. Thank you all again for watching my reaction videos and this reaction video. And yeah, so